Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about a ship that's been in the game now for probably just over a year. We're talking about the D'vor Feesha. The D'vor Feesha got a massive bump this month and we're going to be talking about which is only a paid only element. But I do have a suggestion to Scopely, obviously, to try and bring this into the game. We're going to be talking about the Ferengi Whip today and what that can do to turbocharge your progression in both the Forbidden Tech loops and also to really speed up your Latinum acquisition so that you're spending less time mining and you're spending more time doing other things in the game that you may find slightly more enjoyable. This Ferengi Whip, in my opinion, is the best piece of Forbidden Tech that has been introduced into the game so far. Now, because it is paywall, that does leave us with a little bit of a sour taste in our mouths. This needs to be available to the masses. But today I'm going to show you what it does. I'm going to show you how it compares to an identical feature without the whip. And I'm also going to show you what it does once you upgrade it and how this can turbocharge your Latinum game. So let's dive in and let's take a look at what the Ferengi Whip does when paired with the D'vor Feesha. Tiny bit of housekeeping for the channel. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please press the subscribe button. It really helps us out. We're doing fantastic on that, and I thank everybody for your support so far. And if you do like what we do here on YouTube, we do offer channel memberships, starting at a low price of about £4 a month, but you can help support the channel and help support me in trying to make these videos even better for you, to try and educate you in the game and show you things that you may not know, or just to give you a little bit of clarity on stuff that you want some more information on. But in terms of the video, let's dive straight back into the features. Now, first of all, for this testing, I have ensured that none of my officers on both of my features that I'm going to use impact mining speed at all. This is so that it is a proper test. So you can see that I'm running 2 officer sets and none of them boosting the actual mining speed of the ship and none of them boosting the mining speed specifically of concentrated latinum. So this feature here, which is in Dock B, this is the one that does not have the Forbidden Tech equipped. And the one over here in Dock E does have the Forbidden Tech equipped, which is the Ferengi Whip. So we're going to start off with the standard feature. Now, in terms of the system that I'm using Tana. Tana is all the way up here in the assimilated space, just off to the right-hand side of the beta sector, up here at the side of Romulan space. This is currently the largest and fastest concentrated latinum nodes in the game. Now, I have sent my Titan up there just so that we can see the system, so that we can check the actual mining speeds of these. So if we use the standard feature, this is what I was doing. And again, for clarity, both of these features are maxed. These are both tier 12 level 60s. So these are a definite, really good comparison for us to be able to check the difference in your mining speed. But if your mining speeds are lower than mine, it could just be because your feature is not as highly upgraded as what mine is. So the standard feature, no forbidden tech, is currently mining at 997,000 per hour. And you can see that near as damn it, one of these, the biggest, fastest nodes in the game, we can mine this in about 1 hour. 1 hour to completely drain that node to get 1 million, give or take, concentrated latinum. Now, my Ferengi Whip. My Ferengi Whip currently, I unlocked it and I did nothing else with it. I will show you that it is at currently level 1 and tier 1. So we are going to upgrade it a bit to show you the impacts of upgrading it, and we'll tell you when you should potentially stop upgrading it as well. Because there are things where you think to yourself, oh, you maybe don't need to spend the additional proto matter or tier up catalysts. The mining speed does stop increasing once you take it past a certain tier. So we're going to try and get this to maximum if we've got sufficient proto matter to be able to show you exactly what this can do. If we can't get that far, we'll take it as high as what we can today. So the Ferengi Whip, tier 1, level 1, we are taking our mining rate from 997,000, call it a million for cash, up to 10 million. 10 million. So that is changing our draining of this node from an hour down to 5 minutes and 37 seconds at tier 1, level 1. Massive, massive increase. For clarity, for me at Ops 56 with a max feature, I need approximately 10.5 million to be able to keep up with my standard refines in the Latinum refinery. I need about 10.5 million because my refinery is 1.5 million per day for a double chest. So times that up by 7 gives us the 10.5 million required per week in order to do this. I try and do this on Latin Monday. Just a little tip for everybody: try and get it done on the Monday. It obviously helps your alliance. It helps you with your Lat Rush event that comes every week, and obviously that gives you enough so you don't have to mine it for the remainder of the week. So I'm basically taking 10 hours of Latinum mining per week, 10 hours of latinum mining per week down to, you can see, 10.5 million an hour. It takes me down to 1 hour's worth of mining. Obviously, you've got to factor in the warp times, but this is basically giving us a 10x boost on speed, and that's at tier 1, level 1, and we can make this even better. So let's have a look and let's see if we can upgrade it. So if we go into the Forbidden Tech menu and click the upgrade button, we can take this. So currently we have an 8,000 bonus. We can see that by leveling up, which based on my benevolence with Q and my court buildings and how I'm doing with Q trials, this is a guaranteed upgrade for us. So we're going to go from 8,000 up to 10,000, and I'll show you the difference of what this does. So we're going to go from about 10,500 per hour. So now at tier 1, level 2, we have now got that up to 12,942. We've took off about 40 seconds off the draining time for this. So we've got about 2,500 boost for that one level. Now let's take it as high as what we can take it, and then we'll see what that actually does. So let's take it up again. So we go from 10,000 to 12,000. Doing it today because it's also scoring in the booster event. Take it up to level 3, up to level 4. Collect that. We're up to 14,000. Take it up again. Sorry, I know this isn't very fun to watch, but the animations are quite good. So we're now going to get to the point where it's level 5, tier 1. So now we're going to tier it. So the Protomatter is now changed for tier up catalysts. So if we tier this up again, we're then going to go to tier 2, which does nothing for our speed, by the way. There's nothing for our speed, but then as you can see, once it's tiered up, we're now at 99.99%. You watch me fail one of these now. We're going to try and take this up, see if we've got enough Protomatter to be able to get this up to... We're probably not going to be able to get this up to tier 3, to 20,000%. Level 7, we're still at 99.9. Let's see if we can get to level 10. Oh, just got enough, I think. Oh, we're going to fall slightly short. We do. We fall slightly short. So we've managed to get it up to level 9 at tier 2. So we are about 500 Protomatter, which has been a big bottleneck in the game, which we're going to come to in a second. And we've managed to get our mining rate up 32,000%, which is absolutely ginormous. So we've now taken it from 10.5 million. That was what we was at, 10.5 million when we was at tier 1, level 1, up to 40 million an hour, give or take. And we can now drain this node from just over 5 minutes down to 1 minute and 31 seconds. Now remember, we need to drain this node approximately 11 times a week. So we've now taken what was 10 hours worth of mining down to 11 to about 15 minutes. 15 minutes. So absolutely huge boost to the power. Now, the other thing that this gives us, it's not just going to boost our mining rate, it also opens up a brand new refinery. Now, the new refinery, I think, is another fantastic addition to the game. So, if you go into your Forbidden Tech Refinery, you will see that a new bundle is there. Now, this is reset because I've tiered up my Ferengi Whip. So this is based on the tier of your whip. Now, you will not see the Forbidden Tech fragments for both the rare and the epic unless you have unlocked all of the uncommon Forbidden Tech through your Q's trial. So point that out that yours might look slightly different to mine because of that. And this refinery is fantastic. It's giving us the rare and the epic tech fragments. It's giving us the opportunity of trial bells, but also look at this, huge amounts of proto matter. Hopefully we pull one of these today and we can tier it up a little bit further. Now, the pull rate on this is you will get one of these. That's it. So it's not a multiple rolls. One pull is one selection from this bundle. So it's going to cost 70,000. So it's going to cost 70,000, and luckily it's using concentrated latinum, which we can now mine at astronomical speeds. So that additional 70,000 means we need about another 500,000. So 7 7's 49, about another 500,000 a week, which you can see we can mine in seconds now with the new loot. So we've gone up basically from 10.5 million needed a week up to about 11 million. So we probably need to empty the node about 12 times in that massive system over the week, but at 1.5 minutes we're still looking less than 20 minutes per week of mining this, plus your warp times there and back, to be able to completely fuel your refinery for 7 days. So let's pull this. Let's hope we get Protomatter. Fingers crossed. Oh, we got trial bells. This is probably the worst thing that you can get, trial bells. Obviously, because you can see in there that obviously trial bells, the tech fragments are good, but what I really want from this is the epic and rare fragments to be able to get the next level of forbidden tech, which do need quite high Q court buildings. The rares, for example, do need you to get to Q's court level 25. I'm miles away from that playing this free to play, so these are just bulking up. So when I do it 25, hopefully I'll be able to unlock them all. And epic tech fragments, I think, are the level 40 of the building. So we are just banking up ready for the future when we do get that building unlocked. Where the value is in here is in the proto matter to be able to work on your forbidden tech, or even to exchange in this refinery for your emblems of assessment. I haven't been pulling this because I've been trying to bank up ready for this video to try and save up proto matter to get more emblems of assessment to be able to work on your Q court building to be able to get that up a little bit faster. So this refinery is absolutely superb. Crew combinations. So crew combinations that I think I would now use on the Feesha. This has now changed. I've always pushed for things like protected cargo, but because you're going to fill your cargo so fast, so my base cargo is about 5 million. Now you can see I've got no officers that are going to improve my cargo space. However, what we can do now with full cargo crew, check out the officer tool if you want to know exactly what the cargo crews are. Link to that will be down in the description below. Just follow our Discord, go to the link to officer tool, and you can check out the cargo. But realistically, the crew that you are wanting is going to be Mavery with Borg, Ston, and Ston on the side. That is the best cargo crew currently in the game. If you don't have Mavery because your syndicate's not at the required level, swap that for 2 of 11. And also the new Alonzo Freeman is also a boost to cargo space below deck as well. So you think of using all of these. Obviously, the Strange New Worlds, La'an as well. They are the officers that you want to be using on your D'vor Feesha if you're using the whip, because realistically, you're going to be in and out of here in 10 minutes or so to be able to fill your cargo, go back, empty, come back. The odds of you being sniped for OC in that time, because you will have to watch your miner. It does take it from an active mining mechanic, from a passive mining mechanic into an active mining mechanic, because you're going to be changing and cycling your miners very, very regularly. But I think this is a fantastic addition to the game. Now, this is my suggestion to Scopely. Let me know what you think down in the comments below of this suggestion. Mining Monday. So when Mining Monday runs Lat Rush, you know that at the moment we just get 2 quark shards. They are the top level of the, providing that you've got unlocked the Feesha, 2 quark shards is what the bonus is. Now I think this can be changed. And my suggestion for this, rather than getting 2 shards of an officer, which I mean mine is currently at tier 4, so he's doing well, but 2 shards of this is me a drop in the bucket. I think what they can do with this is they can, rather than paying out quark shards, they drop a Lat Rush token. No idea what that's going to look like, but they drop a Latinum Rush token. And that Latinum Rush token every single week can be exchanged into either the Ferengi officers, so you get to pull on the Ferengi officers, so you still got your chance at your quark shards, or you can get shards for the new forbidden tech for the Ferengi Whip, or you can change it for the 2 Feesha skins that have been launched into the game. So if we have a quick look at what the 2 Feesha skins are, there's the Feesha Glass, which basically boosts your mining rate on your Feesha of standard Latinum, and also increasing the Feesha parts and the Latinum options in the refinery, and also the Salvager skin, which is the red one, and the red one which basically unlocks other ship parts in the refinery as well. So I think you could have an option whereby you complete Mining Monday, you get this token, and you then go and exchange it for all Latinum based rewards that you can get. So either officers, one of the salvager skin, one of the glass skin, maybe you get 2 or 3 a week or something, so it still takes a while to unlock, but it gives people the option rather than just getting quark shards. Obviously you can continue to go for officers, and they put things like Arok and Fess and those sort of officers in that bundle for you to be able to get. So that's the Ferengi Whip. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please like the video on the way out. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of my suggestion to improve Latinum Monday and change it from just quark shards into being able to choose what you want, but keeping everything completely Feesha available. I think this at £50, I very seldom, anybody that's watched my content for a while, I don't push paid packs very often. This is only available for the next few days, and we've no idea when it's going to come back. I think at £50, this is a fantastic value for your game. I think it's well worth getting if you've got the available money to be able to do it. However, as with everything, I would love to see a free-to-play path on this. Now, remember what I was going back to before. One thing I will point out, if you have bought the Ferengi Whip, once you get this to tier 3, so obviously we're currently at tier 2 on ours. Once we get to tier 3, the mining rate will not increase anymore. It then starts to work on cargo capacity. And at tier 6, you can see you get mining rate. And then at tier 8, it increases your protected cargo. So after tier 3, you will not see an increase in your concentrated latinum mining rate. It will cap out at that huge percentage, which is still fantastic. We don't need any more after that in realistic terms. So be mindful of upgrading it past tier 3 unless you want to go for the cargo capacity increase, which can be very helpful on the Feesha because we are mining it so fast now. But this also brings into the first piece of forbidden tech that I think people will unequip and equip potentially. Obviously, I've got 229 of the fusion rods, 229,000, and this particular whip, if I show you, it costs 9,000 to unequip it, and then obviously it is free to be able to equip that whip to your Feesha. So, but the unequip costs at 9,000. It's not too many, it's not too bad. You've just seen how easy and quick it is to take it, and you may want to put it on like Italios or something like that. But today we've talked about the crews, we've talked about what the whip does, we've shown what it does as you move through the different levels and tiers. As I've said before, please like the video, press the subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave a comment, just let me know what you think of my ideas and what you think of the Ferengi Whip in general. And apart from that, have a fantastic day, everybody. And remember, guys, that everything is better with lube. Take care and have a wonderful day.